Joy Guru. On this year's birth anniversary of Lord Buddha, I would like to discuss on some of the grey areas of so-called public perception on Buddha and Buddhism. Now it is said that Buddhism is a totally different religion from eternal religion, or for that matter Hindu religion and its tradition. And it is also stated that there are differences between Buddhist view, or you can say Buddhism, and the eternal religions, for that matter Hindu religion and its tradition, as far as the existence of God is concerned. And lastly, that Buddhadev did have escaping mentality, or you can say runaway mentality, as because he took the ascetic mendicancy. These are some of the grey areas. Now it is stated that Buddhism does not believe in the supreme God, rather it focuses on achieving enlightenment. You see, enlightenment means it is a state of inner peace and wisdom, and it believes that we need to get out from the cycle of death and rebirth. That is, we need to achieve nirvana, according to the language of Buddhadev. And it is also stated that Buddhadev did more emphasis. Buddhadev did give more emphasis on right behavior, proper meditation, spiritual and physical labor, and good behavior to achieve enlightenment. And this is stated, or you can say these are the known facts that we may get it from different very many resources. Now I would like to give some insights regarding these points, and I must say at the outset that all my sayings, you can say, would be based on the observations of Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra on these points, or you can say on these queries. Now on one day, to be specific, on 23rd December 1945, a person raised this question before Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra, that Buddhism and Hinduism is different. What is your view? Now Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra had commented like this, that Buddhist view and Hindu view, the difference is very little. In other words, the differences between Buddhist view and Hindu view is very little. The same truth is told by different ways. This is the only difference that Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra stated. And in this connection, I must say that just see the difference, in, I can say, difference between the two statements of the two people. The first people who asked this question, that is the first person that who asked this question to Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra, that what are the differences between the Buddhism and Hinduism. In other words, he told about the two religions, but Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra did not believe in the plurality of religion. He did believe that religion is one and only one. Views may be different, Buddhist view, Hindu view, there may be different kinds of views, but religion is one and only one. And he is telling like this. That is why he is telling that Buddhist view and Hindu view, you see, difference between Buddhist view and Hindu view is very little. The same truth is told through different ways or different fashion. This is the observation of Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra. And then on 12th June 1953, one Baldev Babu, he raised this question before Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra, that there are differences in regard to God between Buddhism and eternal religion, like Hindu religion and its tradition. And I must say that this question was raised when Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra was at Devghar Dham. See, he did his dalliance, Leela, at Devghar Dham. Now, Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra immediately answered that, you see, that whenever you abandon, Buddhadeva stated that whenever you abandon the ethics, that is the rules of behavior and conduct, then you cannot realize him. So, Buddhadev had given maximum emphasis on ethics, that is, you see, on behavior, on good behavior, on good conduct. And Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra stated that Buddhadev has told us to take refuge in Buddha. That is, Buddham Saranam Gacchami. He said, take refuge in Dharma, that is, take refuge in Dharma, that is, take refuge in religion. And lastly, take refuge in Sangha. Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Dharmam Saranam Gacchami, and Sangham Saranam Gacchami. So, through these practices, you can achieve that realization. You can say it enlightenment. You can say that it is the realization of God. It is my opinion. You can say this is my observation. I am not. Actually, I am explaining the observation of Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra. So, Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra, she had stated that yes, Buddhadev had given more emphasis on ethics, and he also stated about to take refuge in Buddha, that is, to take refuge in some ideals. Otherwise, you cannot realize him, or that is, you cannot realize about God, or for that matter, you cannot achieve enlightenment. It's not possible. And he has also stated that facts are all right. Only the fashions may be a bit different. This is the answer of Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra. But then Baldev Babu again raised this question that, well, Buddhadev did not talk about God. He did talk about Nirvana. Then Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra had replied that, you see, that would happen if a person surrenders before Lord. And that would happen. That would exactly happen. That is, the same result would happen if you surrender before an ideal, before a real ideal, I must say. It is said that God comes in the form of anthropomorphic form, and then he is called Purushottam. We say it at incarnation of God. At Lord Ramachandra has come as the first incarnation of God, and then Lord Krishna, and then Lord Buddha. You can say, in that respect, we say that he is of course he is also an incarnation of God. So therefore, whenever you surrender, you see, to any Purushottam, to any supreme person, to any incarnation of God, the same result would happen. Even if you do not believe in the existence of God, that doesn't matter much. What is important, that is the same realization will be realized. This is the statement of Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra, and he has stated that Buddhadev has stated he has stated that just surrender before Buddha, that is, before an ideal. And lastly, and in this connection I must say that the observation of Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra is right, as per, say, at least I think so, because see, the teachings, the preachings, the advices, or you can say the path of Buddha that Buddhadev has given to us is nothing different from other religions. For example, we can encapsulate the entire truth, or you can say entire statements of Lord Buddha as 458. It is my statement, of course, 458, in the sense that 4 by 4 means that I am meaning that Buddhadev has Buddhadev stated 4 truths. Number 1 truth is that the existence of sorrow, existence of suffering is a reality. He has stated that the life of human being is a life of suffering. So existence of suffering is really a reality, and of course this is the fact. The tragedy, or you can say comedy, I don't know, we believe that, well, not that we say human life is a life of suffering. It is also a life of enjoyment also. No, there is existence of suffering. This is a fact. This is the truth. And number two, that Lord Buddhadeva stated that there are causes for suffering. And he had stated like this, that is, non-virtue, negative thinking. These are some of the causes, root causes for suffering. Number three is that there is path of development, to get rid of, from these or from this suffering. And that is what is known as nirvana. That is, we can get rid of from the cycle of death and rebirth. In this connection, I must say that we are within the cycle of death and rebirth. And definitely, this is not a very blissful experience. This is a painful experience. And we must get out from this cycle of death and rebirth. And this is what is known as nirvana. And by enlightenment, he has stated that it is enlightenment means it is an inner state of, you can say it is a state of inner peace and wisdom. This is what is actually needed, that we should strive for. And number four, that this path or this process involves meditation, good behavior, spiritual and physical labor, and good practices. So these are the four truths that Lord Buddha, had stated to us. And then he gave 5 precepts, or you can say 5 advices. Number one, that is not killing, or you can say not killing any living being. First preaching, or you can say first advice. Second advice is that not stealing from anyone. Number 3, not to take part in sexual misconduct. Number 4, not to speak falsely. Number 5, not to take drug that cloud the mind. So these are the 5 advices that Lord Buddhadev has given to us. And by 8 I mean eightfold path. He has stated that you need to practice eightfold path. Number 1 is right view. Number 2, right resolve. Number 3, right speech. Number 4, right conduct. Number 5, right livelihood. Number 6, right effort. Number 7, right mindfulness. And number 8, right samadhi. That is meditative absorption. So if you go through these practices, then you can achieve enlightenment. That is, you can achieve nirvana. That is, you can be free, you can be liberated, fully liberated from the cycle of death and rebirth. Now tell me, Hindu religion, for example, or for that matter eternal religion, or any eternal religion for that matter, do any religion say anything against this, anything contrary to these sayings of Lord Buddha? I think it is all of them. You can say all religions. I will not say religions, because I would like to say all views, Buddhist views, Hindu view, Buddhist view, or for that matter very many views. They say the exactly same thing. That is that Lord Buddha has stated. So therefore there is facts, as Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra has observed, that facts are all right. Fashions may be a bit different. And lastly, one day, to be specific, one day a particular person, I think Srijut Kurup, he raised this question to Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra, that actually he didn't raise this question. Actually he commented that in the life of Buddha, a kind of escaping mentality, a kind of runaway mentality is visible. Why he has stated this? Because as we all know, the Lord Buddha, actually he was a prince, and he had a family, he had a wife and a son named Rahul. So therefore he had a family, but then he ran away from family life. So therefore a kind of escaping mentality, a kind of runaway mentality is visible in the life of Buddha. Now what is the answer of Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra? Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra had stated, just see the very nature of every person is very unique of his own. You must bear this in mind, that Lord Buddha was motherless right from the beginning. And we all know this, that Maya Devi, his mother, as we all know, he died just 7 days after the birth of Lord Buddha. So therefore, he was motherless. And then Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra has stated that the tune of apathy towards worldly interest was, was visible in the life of Buddha. So therefore, we must consider him from this angle. And then he has stated that, but then he has shown the way, he has shown the pathway, so that we can get rid of from our sorrows, from our sufferings. If we take refuge in religion, if we take refuge in Lord Buddha. So therefore, he has shown the pathway. So therefore, no kind of, no such kind of escaping mentality, or you can say runaway mentality, is actually visible in the life of Lord Buddha. On the other hand, on the contrary, I must say in this connection, that Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra has stated, and in fact he wrote this in his own hands, that is, Lord Buddha Dev is a sign of courageous heart. You see, Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra wrote only one small book in his whole lifetime, in his own hands, I must say, but then he has stated many, he had stated many observations that were written by his scribes, and there are many books. For example, one book is named as Alochana Prasange. If I may translate it in English, it would be in course of conversation. It is again, this book has 22 volumes. Again, other books are also there. Diparokki, it has several volumes, and then Nana Prasange, Kotha Prasange. I think that, the literature of, I can say the conversation, you can say the sayings of Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra, I think exceeds even the entire literature of Rabindranath Tagore in this connection. I must say it safely. So therefore, no, but then he wrote only one small book, that is named as Satyanusaran, that is in the pursuit of truth, and there he has written this, and I am quoting the translation that is from that book, that is published from the publishing house, Satsang Publishing House, Devghar, and it is like this: love and regard has no place in weak heart. To be anxious about one's own distress, sufferings, or death on seeing that of others, and to be broken, bewildered, and distraught thereby is weakness. And then he has stated, but the eyes of those who are strong are always seeking for a remedy in everything they do, and in such a way that no one is shattered while in that condition. To find the remedy with love, as did Lord Buddha, is the sign of a courageous heart. So in conclusion, I would like to say that Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra has stated that there is very little difference between Buddhism and, for that matter, for any eternal religion like Hindu religion and its tradition. The same truth is told, through different ways. You can say, as Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra stated, that facts are all right. Fashions may be a bit different. And not only that, or you can say, last but not the least, I must say that Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra stated Lord Buddha as a sign of a courageous heart. So live in love, joy.